What's up, guys? Dan here for BladeReviews.com, taking a look at the Spyderco Manix 2. And not just any Manix 2 this time, I've got a special Sprint Run edition in BD30P steel. So, this is a cool knife, and I'm going to be putting it up, this review, on my regular Manix 2 review page, and intend here to cover both the Sprint Run and the regular version, explain some of the differences, perhaps fold in some added insight with that, and just generally have a good time with it. So let's do it. Let's get in there. We've got some quick specs. Now, both the regular version and the Sprint Run will have an 8-inch long overall length, a 3 3/8 inch blade, and the difference lies in the weight. The regular Manix 2 is going to be at a kind of portly 5 ounces, and this Sprint Run edition weighs in at a slightly less portly 4.25 ounces. So there's almost an ounce difference there, 3/4 of an ounce to be exact. And that is because we've got some skeletonized liners here. Now, when I read other people's thoughts on the Manix 2, when I hear their thoughts, two of the biggest complaints are A, the knife is heavy, and B, they're not a big fan of the saber ground blade that is on the original. And by saber ground, I mean the blade grind starts down here, and you don't have this fully flat ground blade. So this Sprint Run takes care of both those issues, and then they even throw in some upgraded steel. So for those who like the Manix 2 a lot, I would seriously consider checking out this special edition, because it does give you some very nice features. So let's talk about the blade, since I've already started to, and it is, you know, like a regular kind of Spyderco leaf shape, nice drop point design, attractive. Like I said, this one's got a full flat grind. The other one, the original, does not. Let's talk real quick about CTS BD30P, which is one of the main attractions to this upgraded special Sprint Run. BD30P is made by Carpenter Tool Steel. It's a relatively new steel provider for Spyderco. They've been rolling out some of their steels on the Sprint Runs, and perhaps we might see some Carpenter Tool Steels in some of their production run versions as well. So I think it's pretty interesting. It has something to do with availability of steels from their other steel providers. That's what I was getting from reading on the forums and stuff. But very nice steel. I've seen some independent testing, and first of all, this steel has been heat treated to a to 60.6 HRC, so it's a nice hard steel. And independent testing has shown that this has better edge retention than S30V. So if you're trying to figure out what the heck BD30P is, it is a hard steel that should perform similarly to S30V, but have even better edge retention. So very nice, should be very desirable. And of course, the original Manix 2 comes in that 154 cm, another great steel. Probably won't hold its edge as long as this stuff, but it definitely will hold an edge and be an all-around performer. I like it a lot with either steel. And some people really prefer this full flat grind version. I think a lot of these Spyderco leaf shapes really beg for a full flat grind, so I like seeing it on this one too. Let's talk about the handle, which is a simple stainless steel liners and G10, nice black G10 here. It's been given kind of a medium traction finish. As I said before, on this version they are milled out, the liners. On the regular version they are not. In some of the other Sprint Runs they mill out the liners, but not only did they mill them out here, they really milled them out. So dropping 3/4 of an ounce is pretty substantial for just lightening the handles like that. So I was very pleased to hear that, and it does feel nimble in hand. I do like it like that. That's a big upgrade. Everything is screwed together. This knife is made in America, which is awesome, and not only has it been made in America, it's been made really well in America. Everything is smooth and finished properly. Everything screws together so you can take it apart. I really do like this a lot. It's a good handle. Ergonomics are outstanding. Perhaps the best, strongest feature of this knife are the ergonomics. You see, you've got two choils here, and nice thumb wrap with very aggressive jimping. In fact, there is jimping all over the choils, all over the back of the knife, the spine. It's They've really kind of went overboard with the jimping, but that's a good thing. I think it just gives you more traction, and if you're going to try and press this into more tactical rolls, it'll certainly help keep the knife in your hand. So outstanding ergonomics, great handle construction. The pocket clip is also very good too. It's just a spoon clip, Spyderco spoon clip. This has been polished, pretty high polish here. You can see it's been applied. I like it. Of course, I like blackened clips too, but this one's just got a nice silver clip. So, and it is reversible, tip up carry only, but fully ambidextrous, which is great. Let's see here. The deployment is very smooth, very smooth. They've got some nice big phosphor bronze washers, which hopefully you can see in there. They are big, and this thing is very smooth, so I like that a lot. Very easy to open with that oversized thumb hole, whether you're right-handed, left-handed, wearing gloves, slippery, or what have you. It's just a great, elegant solution to opening a knife, and I'm a big fan. And the Manix too, it's got good placement of that thumb hole too. Very easy to get at. Lockup is accomplished through this ball lock, which is very similar to an axis lock. Basically, you've got a piece of metal that's got some spring tension behind it, and that forces it into place when you open the knife. It's a nice, robust locking design. There's no blade play at all. I will say that this knife has been shown to fail spine whack tests, and that's where you just whack the back of the blade on a hard object with a good amount of force, and that has been shown to actually pop this blade loose and close the knife. So if you're using this in that fashion, you could definitely cut yourself if you know, because it could fail and you could cut yourself. So that's definitely not good, but really, personally, I mean, I'm sure there's a couple different schools of thought here, but I don't spine whack any of my knives. To me, that's not really a measure of performance of the knife. I don't want to get into a big, political rant about spine whacking, but not something I do. But for those who are interested, that has been shown. So caveat emptor, buyer beware. Aside from that, though, I think it's a nice lock. I don't like it quite as much as the axis lock. I find this one's a little sticky, and I know I haven't really used it that much, but I find it just slightly more awkward than an axis lock, me personally. I know some people like it, and as the lock wears in, it will get smoother and easier to use, and who knows, maybe down the road I might like it as much, if not more, than the axis lock. But for now, that's where I stand with the ball lock. It's nice. It's not perfect, but for most general uses, I think it'll hold up just fine. Guys, and that's pretty much it for the review. I do like the Manix 2 a lot. I also like the value. If you go for the regular one in 154 cm, that one sells for, I want to say, right around $60. So awesome deal for a nice big knife made in the USA, strong, sturdy, good steel, yada yada yada. It's a good knife. This sprint run goes for, you're going to pay over $100 for it if you buy it new, but it's got some real, genuinely good upgrades to it. I think it's worth it, although whether you think it's worth it is entirely up to you, but there are some real meaningful reasons to it. They didn't just slap a different color handle scale on there. They really refined it, and in my opinion, this is what the Manix 2 should be, and a lot of people would agree. Maybe doesn't necessarily need to have the steel, but they like the full flat grind and the skeletonized liners. But yeah, it looks like you're going to have to pay a little bit more to get that. So, alright guys, that's pretty much the review. As always, thanks so much for watching. I got some more reviews cooking up here, so stay tuned, and I'll be coming at you with another knife review soon enough. So, thanks again, and take care.